Hello, my name is Bill McCaughey. I'm here to discuss the Mission Supporting Fuel Cycle Technologies call, MS-FC-1. I'm the Acting Director for Advanced Fuels Technologies in the NE Office for Research and Development. We have three directors, Patricia Pavier, who you might have heard from, and Alice Caponiti. Alice has the reactor technologies, Patricia has materials and chemistry, and I have fuels. This one, however, is not focused on fuels. This is for the entire fuel cycle research and development program. And it's the innovative blue sky mission supporting part of the NEOP. So this is the work scope. It's the same as last year, and I think it's the same as the year before too. And the reason is that our program has been fairly stable. We're still focusing on the same R&D programs, and for this Blue Sky Innovative call, we want to keep things simple, not very prescriptive, and we're just not. We'd like to see a lot of different proposals. The only thing is, well, it has to be within the scope of what we do, but these could be new, well, they ought to be new, unproven technologies, things that we might not be working on now. So it's not an extension of, or very similar to what we're doing. That's in the other calls. In fuels, we have some, I think we have three very specific areas we were asking for proposals. Here, we're not. So we want to keep it open. This year, under this call, we had 30 proposals. We selected two. One was in material recovery and waste form development, and the other was on used fuel disposition, research and development. The note at the bottom we added this year, though, because what we were finding is we had some proposals were coming in that had to do with reactor technologies, and that's not part of the fuel cycle R&D scope. There is another call, mission supporting call, under the reactor technologies. So I wanted to add that this year to direct you to where you should go for your proposals. So now I'll briefly describe the five technology areas within fuel cycle. First, material recovery and waste forms. You see there, that's the broad mission on the first bullet. And then the second two bullets, I wanted to show, this is new for 2018. And the first one's new, molten salt chemistry. Very important to us now because there are molten salt reactor proposals that are being pursued, and we really need to learn more about the molten salt chemistry, and that's in this area. The second is something we've been doing, but it's a focus area in 2018. So it's the innovative analytical technologies and characterization technologies and online monitoring. And then also still this area really is dealing with aqueous processing, pyrochemical processing, and waste forms. Next is fuels. So you see we have what we're doing in advanced fuels is probably the largest part of the program is developing enhanced accident-tolerant fuel for existing light water reactors. Here we're working with fuel vendors and utilities. We're looking at coated claddings, doping of UO2 pellets, steel cladding to replace the zircaloy cladding, and also silicon carbide for silicon carbide cladding, and also uranium silicide fuels. And that's all geared towards the existing light water reactors. We also are doing research in advanced light water reactors beyond the existing reactors. So for this would be concepts that are not constrained by the existing light water reactor design and core. And then also advanced reactor fuels like metallic fuel for sodium fast reactors. And then finally, in that big green box, we're talking about capability development. This has been an area I think that we've been getting a lot of good NEUP projects on. Advanced instrumentation, using the results of this advanced instrumentation and linking it to modeling and simulation to make it quicker to qualify new fuels. Next, material protection, accounting, and control technologies. This one, again, you see the mission on the top, but then focus on the challenges, which is something we added for 18. These would be the particular areas in here where we think innovative blue sky proposals would be most beneficial. And then remember too that this area is focused on commercial applications, not defense applications, but for commercial reactors. Systems analysis and integration is the next area. Again, I wanted to show that there's the mission in the first bullet, and then the two bullets underneath are areas of emphasis in 2018. So expanding our capability to analyze nuclear energy systems from start to finish, front end through the reactors to the back end. And the other area where where systems analysis and integration is coming into play and is actually expanding is in supporting all of the new advanced reactor concepts that are being proposed. So we pretty much know, we know the light water reactor, the current fuel cycle with light water reactors, but we're learning a lot for the and doing the systems analyses for these new reactor types like the molten salt reactors, high temperature gas reactors being proposed. And what we're talking about here is development, deployment, and implementation issues that would come up. And we use tools like Vision, Diamond, Orion, Cyclus, DANIS to conduct transition analyses, to move from one fuel cycle option or fuel cycle type to another. It's going to have challenges, and we want to know what those are. Finally, use fuel disposition. This is research and development on both extended storage of spent fuel and also R&D on disposal. This would be the looking at various disposal options, geologies, and then this was in the last call too. And like I said earlier, we had one project we selected was from this area, looking at the extended storage of spent fuel. So that's the scope of the fuel cycle technologies area. I guess I could take questions then.
Audience, if you have a question, please enter it into the question box on the GoToMeeting application. And today, the first question will be in slide number 3. What exactly does advanced analytical tools mean? To analyze what?
This is the processes, the aqueous, the pyrochemical processes, or electrochemical processes. So it's to analyze the flow of the materials, losses, uh, having to do. So this could be related to safeguards and security, or it also could be related to just the to improve the operations.
Tritiated water separation was included in last year's program support areas, but is not in the solicitation this year. Is it an appropriate topic for mission support proposals this year?
Tritiated water, I'm not sure what part of the call that might have been in. I don't, like I said, our description or our scope has been very general uh, for many years now, and we never got that specific in our call here. So I would, but I would say no, not for this call.
Okay, here's a correction on one of the questions. It says, QRE radiographic methods for quantifying nuclear materials in reprocessing or is storage of interest? Is that of interest?
Could you read that one
Do it
again?
Is QRE radiographic methods for quantifying nuclear materials in reprocessing or storage of interest?
Well, that certainly sounds like it's within the scope. Yes.
Is fuel cladding tube R&D part of the fuel cycle R&D?
Yes. Fuel cladding is part of the scope for the fuel cycle program. Yes.
The areas of interest for MS-FC-1 as described in your presentation appear to be very specific and in some cases overlapping with other FC thrusts, but not very open-ended. Is this a correct interpretation?
No, I don't think so. We were really looking in this work scope. We're really looking broadly, and we're trying not to be very specific. We referred to things like advanced fuel treatment, material recovery, innovative fuel cycle analysis tools, without limiting the scope any more than that. So no, I would say that anything related to those 5 technology areas that I described would be part of the scope.
As ATF research has progressed in recent years, do you have a preference about what research you would like to see, i.e. manufacturing or characterization or neutron irradiation testing, etc.?
Well, I would say look at things we're not doing already. If there are novel fuel fabrication techniques that are not currently employed or aren't being uh, you know aren't being studied in the program, then please, that would be fun. That would be great. Or any of those other areas, I think are fair game as well.
How many awards are expected in MS-FC-1?
Probably the same as last year. Probably 2, depending on the proposals. 1, 2, or 3 in that area.
We'll wait for another minute or two to see if any more questions come in. Thank you. Can we propose new innovative cladding materials or study of radiation effects on them?
Yes, that would be fine. Keep in mind this is a these are up to $400,000 3-year awards. So you might be limited as far as with developing new materials, but that's cladding material, innovative cladding material would be certainly within the scope of this.
With the completion of the evaluation and screening study by Roald Wigland, is this call an opportunity to improve the technologies identified in this study that did not score well and move them towards a more favorable fuel cycle?
Yes. Again, that might be a little ambitious for this size, this type of award, but and also keep in mind too the what I said earlier about reactor performance, reactor types, reactor development would be in another area of the NEOP call, not in this one. Here we're talking about fuel separations, the things that I described earlier.
Molten salt reactors could start up using used fuel and excess plutonium. Is there a possibility to work with a national lab to create a fuel using both?
I think this call and these mission supporting proposals are our universities only. And again, for $400,000. So I don't think it gives you the opportunity to work with to team with a laboratory. I'll defer that. I'll get some confirmation from the NEOP folks on that.
Yeah, the budget is $400,000. The requirements is a maximum of 20% can go to non-university partners. So that includes in composite all national laboratory and industry collaborators. So it's about an $80,000 maximum that you could contribute toward a national laboratory partnership.
Okay.
Are ion irradiation studies on new clad materials encouraged?
No, because that's being done. If there's something new or innovative about your techniques or the way you're going about it, but please read the literature and look and see. There's ion beam irradiations are very prevalent in this program, other parts of this program. So please make sure what you're proposing is going to be something that's new and never been done before.
Is FCM fuel of any interest moving forward?
Yes.
Relative to SNF, is DOE going to allow or create a methodology to allow access to SNF to be used as fuel fast reactors?
That's a possibility. Yeah, sure. I don't think we would be really restricting that. Now, I would say that no, I think that would be fine for something like this. If you have some idea out there for using SNF to fuel, Again, as long as it's something that's you got a new idea or a new approach, that would be fine for here.
The next question is one that I'll answer. It asks, I didn't see a mission supporting scope on reactor concepts in this FOA. Will this be added later? And the answer to this question is the advanced reactor groups added additional program supporting scope this year, actually 3 new program supporting scopes. So my understanding is they are not planning on having a mission supporting scope, but we will check back with the program to confirm that a mission supporting scope will not be added later.